Fresh off a Hudson River Derby win, NYCFC2 return home to host a rematch against FC Cincinnati 2. From Belson Stadium in the Big Apple, I'm Philip Galati. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. The hosts coming into tonight, not only victors over bitter rivals, but off the back of their most offensively powerful output of the season thus far. Though it was Cincinnati who had the last laugh when these two teams faced off back in April, keeping a clean sheet after Shea Niang found the back of the net in the 12th minute. Senegalese striker sidelined through injury recently, but makes his return tonight. And a lone goal in that match sealed all 3 points, just one of 3 wins for Cincinnati coming into tonight as we take a look at the first 11 for both sides. Work to do in the table for both of these teams as we get into the thick of the season here. Match week 12 in MLS Next Pro, well and truly underway. We start with the hosts under head coach Matt Pilkington. 4 at the back is the way to go, but 3 changes on that back four. Joao Loyola, the lone returnee, the Fluminense Academy product. Cooper Flax and Joe Sacchetti hold down the double pivot in midfield, with Drew Kerr pushed from outside back to outside wing. Then up top, Sebastian Musu will get the nod, the former Manhattan man. After a standout college career with the Jaspers, 2 goals tied for the team lead so far this season. Looking to add to that tally tonight, and of course plenty of options off the bench as well. Not as many options off the bench for FC Cincinnati too. They've had their own injury struggles, but as for their first 11, a little bit of a different look. 4-4-2 is how they will line up. Up top, it's the double striker pairing of Shea Niang with 2 goals to his name, and Stefan Chirilla with 4. 3 of those coming in his last 4 matches tonight, his 49th career appearance for FC Cincinnati 2. Michael Sullivan has played just about every minute this year in the center of the park. Next to him, Camden Spire, getting his 4th start of the campaign. And then on the back line, the return of David Mosquera, the younger brother of Wolverhampton center back Yerson Mosquera, who's also featured heavily with the Colombian national team. Fabian Morozek is the goalkeeper. He actually earned that clean sheet against New York City 2 back in April. It was the first clean sheet, not only of the campaign, but the first win of the season for FC Cincinnati 2. Gets the nod back to the first 11 tonight for what will be an excellent showing.
Number 53, Joao Loyola. Defender number 52, Kieran Smith.
The Pigeons of New York City
Defender number 75, Drew Kerr.
On the right side of your screen, in the white, FC Cincinnati 2.
In the midfield,
the blue with orange trim.
Joseph Suheki. In the midfield, number 68, Henrik Batum. In the midfield,
Isad Omanovic is the center official tonight.
In the midfield, number 97,
stormy afternoon
and
on the banks of the Big Apple.
81, Sebastiano Musu.
Match week 12 kicked off last night with a couple of games. We have a full Saturday slate ahead, and then of course plenty of Sunday matches as well. All of those matches available for free on MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. A big-time win for New York against Red Bulls last time out. 3-2 the final score. El Hadji Sam had the winner in the 71st minute. He's back in the starting 11 tonight with 2 goals to his name this season. And of course, Red Bulls New York 2, the defending MLS Next Pro Cup champions. That knocked them down a few spots in the Eastern Conference standings. As far as the standings go, again, work to do for both of these teams, but still very early in the season. Getting into the stretch of things where teams are playing 2-3 games in the span of a week and a half, sometimes less. A win tonight would see Cincinnati leapfrog New York. As for the host, if they were to pick up all 3 points, they would jump over Toronto into 11th place. Just 1 point back from 8.
New York City, it's go time! New York City.
So after handing the defending champions their first loss of the season, how will New York City FC2 respond to a team that got their first win of the season against them a few weeks ago. It'll be Stefan Chirilla to get things started, and with the rain coming down, the ball is rolling. No need for a hydration break tonight. But of course, on a turf surface, it is something that will come into play, how the ball will skip and glide, and it will take a bit of a learning curve for these players to get adjusted to it, especially with a very dense middle of the third, plenty of bodies around the center circle. Or pass out of the back. The numbers here for Cincinnati. One of them showing short as Mosquera. And the whistle sounds for a free kick. Some contact off the ball after the pass was made. Referee didn't see a clear advantage. This is a difficult one as well, just from the angle. The hard part, not getting it over the wall, but getting it back on target with this speed to take it past the goalkeeper. Mac Learned signed a first-team contract ahead of this season. He's been excellent so far. He'll do well to keep this one out. It's around the wall, and Learned does read the bounce. So much harder to do in this weather. And he made that one look easy. It's not a bad idea to go far post there. Again, it's a long way away, but watch Learned's body language. He's staying on his toes. One prep step and then gets low. Stood up through that dive, just allowed his shoulders to get above the ball. Comfortably push that away for a corner, which is played short. Right back and driven low. And the header at the near post, whipping wide from Charlie Holmes. It's the positive start that they were looking for. Only took 12 minutes for Shewun Yang to break the deadlock, the first time these two teams met this season. That would serve to be the lone goal of that match. That match a real turning point as well for NYCFC 2. It was their third match in 4 to start the year where they did not find the back of the net. And then in every match since, they've scored at least one. Mostly twice, and last time out against Red Bulls, it was 3. Head coach Matt Pilkington and company starting to find the answers to some of the questions they've had since the first few weeks of the season. A little bit of a push from Musu, who gives the thumbs up. He has 2 goals in his last 5 matches, most recently finding the back of the net against a geographical rival in New England back on May the 10th. Good win on the far side and a foot race that allows numbers to get forward. Not closed down just yet. 2 defenders can't stop him, and the low shot is held by Learned. Excellent bit of dribbling on the far side there, through the traffic and the rain. Just a few nervy moments for the Pigeons as they try and get their shape playing out of the back. Don't often see the double pivot with a lot of the teams in the Eastern Conference. A lot of other teams elect for just one and maybe push the fullbacks a little bit higher. But instead it's Cooper Flax. And to his right, the captain, Joe Sacecki, the New York native, who are pulling the strings, as it were, and have done enough pulling to earn a free kick. Anything can happen here with the unpredictability of a slick surface. Kieran Smith unmarked at the back post. So to his El Hadji Sam, just trying to find the blind side of Shewun Yang. Referee has taken exception to some contact, making sure everything is nice and clean. A lot of movement and a well-driven ball to a dangerous area. Sam was waiting for it. Now Niang the other way, trying to use his body, but does enough for the throw. 19-year-old Dakar, Senegal native Shewun Yang. And 2 goals in 3 appearances before an injury sidelined him for a few weeks. Made his return last time out. Difficult one to deal with this here for Drew Kurt. Does ever so well. And putting pressure on, Learned scrambling. Allowed the ball to run. Donis Campos checking to it, but really didn't have a lane to go around his mark there. Kerr with the poor touch. Musu will pick it up, though. Trying to slide it through, and there's the pace of El Hadji Sam. Onto his left. Time to work it back. It gets through. And now trying to line up the shot was Joe Sacecki, and just hesitated too long. You can see where this first touch lands for him. He doesn't want to take another at it. It's a little bit too far. And then just that hesitation right there just to try and reset his balance. Doesn't get a defender to bite at it. Too much power in the end without really taking his head up to look and see where he was. Both sides showing their pace on the wings. Fortunate deflection for Michael Sullivan to pick up. That's a big challenge right at midfield. Kieran Smith came crashing in. Maybe a little bit fortunate not to get a booking there. Clever feet from Jack Mize to draw the foul. It's a much better defensive shape, though, now for NYCFC 2. Starting not to overcommit in midfield, but still making sure they have numbers there, clogging the passing lanes. Both holding midfielders just staying up a little bit as well, forcing the center backs to play a little more vertical. See 3 white shirts all in a triangle right there. Maybe as the game goes on, or as the half goes on even, you'll see that triangle start to space out a little bit, especially if they go direct like this. Second ball picked up without any qualms by Camden Spire. Lovely little run from Sullivan. And then to counter that midfield pressure, FC Cincinnati 2 gonna just try and dribble at it. See if they can pick up the second ball when they lose it. Take a risk, make something happen. If New York is going to give them the space, you might as well go at it. Really good composure not to force anything. Now played over the top for Mosquera, trying to turn his mark, and has done so twice. Mosquera to the byline, standing it up to the back post. What a save! Still alive, bouncing around, nearly falling to Mosquera as Mac Learned shuts it down. Fine bit of goalkeeping from the 23-year-old. And now New York can counter. Needing reinforcements. Pedal to the metal on the far side. And it comes up empty this time around. That was a pure reactionary save.
Please let me know the next time you got a replay.
No chance to overthink technique and something like that. And the ball coming right at Mac Learned. Just had to swat at it instinctively. Nearly a carbon copy of how this first iteration of this fixture opened up back in April with the goal inside 12 minutes. That's a good tackle. And there are shirts forward in white here. Asking for the 1-2. There was a jersey pull there, and the referee will bring it back. Now there's a decision to make here. At first glance, it's a yellow, but there's no attempt to play the ball. Come back to that in a minute. Here is the other chance. Great bowling by Mosquera. Free header. Just sat a little bit underneath it, which allowed Learned to get the punch, and then does well to follow it up. Now at the other end, that was a blatant jersey pull. It was not a legitimate attempt to challenge the ball, which is usually a yellow card. However, there was a 1-2 there. The give and go played for Sucheki, bearing down on goal. There's maybe half a case there for denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, but when you look at all four parameters, there were plenty of other defenders around him. Didn't look like he was going to get to the ball on an island. Goalkeeper well on his line. It could have been a lot worse, but for now, it's a yellow card. I think that's the right call, and Michael Sullivan is the recipient. And again, with this weather, whoever takes it, maybe they have half a mind to just go low, try and bounce it 4 or 5 yards from the goal mouth. Make the goalkeeper guess. Cooper Flax is standing over it. It'll be Flax to go low, and the wall does its job. Falls right back to him, and that may have taken a deflection, and it did. Tried to go through the wall rather than around it. There were plenty of bodies there, and they all did their job. And then it was off the back of Felix Sampson for the corner kick. Everybody crowding the front post. The ball instead looped toward the back. And it's an own goal! Oh, goodness. Shea Boon Yang has got that all wrong. Scored the winner against NYCFC 2 back in April. He scored the opener in this one, but in the wrong net. Well, you feel for the striker. Returning from injury last week and still getting back to full fitness. Again, slick conditions, anything can happen. He's all by himself. You can see it just skids off of his forehead. It's nowhere near where he's aiming. But NYCFC 2 continue their goal-scoring streak. Now 6 matches in a row where they will not be blanked.
Scored in the 14th minute. Gol para New York City, anotado en el minuto 14.
Well, that's nearly a very poor pass. Nervy moment for Fabian Mrozek. Under hitting it just a bit, does enough to get it away. And now the Pigeons with renewed confidence on the volley. That one well wide. This portion of the match is brought to you by St. John's University, the official undergraduate partner of New York City FC2. So now, if you're FC Cincinnati 2, mentally, how do you recover? The first step is just letting it go. Moving on, restarting, which is never easy to do, especially as a forward with the pressure of trying to claw their way back into this. They had the first few chances of the match, FC Cincinnati 2. It's been back and forth thus far, and it's only just begun. So certainly no cause to sound the alarm. And again, it's these types of situations that will test the mental fortitude of these players. How quickly can they forget and get back into the rhythm, back into the style they know how to play? That's a great tackle. There's numbers here if they can find him. Necessary foul, though. David Duque is the man tripping up Camden Spire, who did well to win the ball, but didn't really have any avenue to go forward. And immediately Stefan Cirillo over to take it. 19 career goals in nearly 4,000 minutes for the 19-year-old. It will be Cirillo to deliver. Shapes this one nicely to the back post, and rising to meet it was Niang. Just an awkward height for him to catch that one at. Dipping right at the last second. Niang, born in Senegal and joined the Rise Academy, one of the more prolific in that country, when he was 14, despite playing with the U17s right away. Earned himself some time in France with Stade Brest 329. After training with them, signed for Cincinnati. Smith. Kerr had to stretch for it. Does well. And now that triangle has found some real space for NYCFC2. Always seems to be an open man. And that sliding challenge in roulette is so good, because Cincinnati would have been in behind. Now it's New York's turn. Sam waiting in the box. You'll have to wait a little longer. Cruyff turn a no-go. Force back is Duque. Look how low the block is as well for Cincinnati. Just sitting off a bit, you can hear the calls from the visitors' technical area to step up. But instead, the midfield really holding that tight four line. It's allowed space for the fullbacks to get forward, like Drew Kerr to play this low ball across. And well held by Mrozek. There's a perfect ball in. Nobody made the run at the near post. Nifty little turn. Niang showing short. His turn not as nice. Just a bit heavy on the first touch, but continually chasing that ball down. You can see the hunger from the striker. And he may have left a foot in there against the goalkeeper, and he has. Maybe a bit too much hunger. He's got to be careful not to get a yellow for those kinds of challenges. Look at it one more time. Big, long strides. Covers a lot of ground quickly, and McLearned just about got it away in the nick of time. McLearned in the hunt for his second clean sheet of the season. Signed a first-team contract ahead of this campaign after standing out last year. Made 14 appearances after leading his conference in total saves and saves per game with Sacramento State. More high press, this time by Mosquera, and he's encouraging his teammates. You can see why. When Cincinnati are stepping up, they're putting a lot of pressure on that New York back line, and they've struggled to deal with that pressure. So in those moments when they have 2 or 3 players forward in blue, Cincinnati might be able to force a poor pass and start a quick counter from very short range. Sam goes down, the quick whistle meets it. And a word from the referee as well. Took exception to Felix Sampson's reaction. The man currently on loan from CF Montréal. 2024 MLS Next All-Star Game selection with the club. Even representing Canada at the U20 CONCACAF Championship qualifiers. .22 minutes down, 21 minutes and change, rather. Philip Galati with you for MLSNextPro.com and One Football. Second meeting this season between New York and Cincinnati. An own goal from Shangun Yang in the 14th minute, currently separating the sides. Earlier today, Philadelphia got all 3 points with a 2-1 win over Atlanta. Chicago put 4 past Huntsville to keep a clean sheet. And the last match of the night, North Texas and Quakes 2 will kick off in about an hour's time. Kerr with the delivery. Not a great clearance, nor a great first touch, as again, that bouncing ball very difficult to read tonight. We've seen a lot more of the ball on the ground because of that. Two teams with very gifted forwards. Cheku Nang, obviously big body to aim at. Sebastian Musu, lightning quick, but they can't use that verticality in these Route 1 passes just because of the nature of the weather. David Mosquera having a talking to. Came off the bench last time out, Mosquera. This is his first appearance in over a month. Now gets the nod back in the starting 11 tonight, returning from injury. This portion of the match is brought to you by Adidas, the official kit supplier for New York City FC2. Now Cincinnati under a bit of pressure playing out of the back. Just one little look, one forward, told to go. Haji Sam. Just to see how Cincinnati will respond, and it's a cautious response, why not? And they'll try and go direct again. It's an excellent touch to pluck that one out of the air. And Yang might be onside here. Jaewon Yang trying to use his pace, and too heavy of a touch in the end. That's that Route 1 pass we were speaking about earlier. One that might not always be on tonight. But when it is, you can see how quick Yang is. Eyes lit up a little too wide, bearing down on goal, and just let the touch get away from him. Credit to Mac Learned, though, for getting out of his area. Switch was on, but under hit. You can see the reaction there from Drew Curry. Wanted to go quickly as David Mosquera was out of position and wasn't hustling back in time. Seen a lot of time on this near side for NYCFC2 with how high David Mosquera is stepping up, leaving a lot of space for players like Drew Kerr or Haji Sam to drive. Sent long again. Second ball going to be comfortably won by the visitors. Can they pick out an option? That will stop things for now. A trip right at the corner of the 18-yard box. The question now is, how will they play it? Saw a chance like this about 10, maybe 15 minutes ago from almost the exact bit of real estate. Just hard to find these days in the Big Apple. FC Cincinnati, too, finding themselves in the final third. Learned moves his wall. Only 3 in it. Very tough angle, whip to the back post, and way too far in front of Shewon Yang. Stefan Chirella just appearing to be caught in two minds there between the shot and the cross. And now Cincinnati bringing numbers. Look out. That's a nice move to get out of the pressure. Too nice, in fact. Ball went over the line. Now well out of position. The visitors will restart quickly. Too quickly, in fact. Well, the referee tonight crossing the I's and dotting the T's. Esad Amanovic. Making sure the throw-in is restarted correctly. Slid through to the byline and no way to get there. Well defended. How about the camaraderie between the pair? Joao Loyola getting a big-time dap up from Mac Learned. Joao Loyola, a native of Rio de Janeiro. 30 appearances for Fluminense's U20 side after joining the academy at age 11 back in 2016. Earned his first senior team call-up last year and now currently on loan from the club with New York. Nice move by Samson. Sees the switch if he can hit it, and he does. It's excellent work by the right back, and again, the bounce foils the attacker. '30th minute has elapsed now. Quarter of an hour left in the first half to try and level this for FC Cincinnati 2. Haven't had nearly as many tests, rather, on Mac Lerner as head coach Sammy Castellanos would have liked. Here's Chirilla. Doing a much better job of winning that second ball, though, Cincinnati. And now clipping it through. Awkward one. Falls kindly to Niang. Not a bad effort at all. Ball well behind his plant foot. Had to overcompensate with power. Nearly snuck it underneath the crossbar. Doesn't even take a touch. He just turns and fires. That's a really difficult effort there. It was very close indeed. Now that confidence starting to brim a little bit for him. As another poor pass out of the back. Sees Niang onside. Big time shoulder denies him. That is a huge collision. Mentioned it earlier, putting the pressure on the New York back line in certain moments to try and catch them off guard. Cincinnati are doing that well. Taking another step on that ladder toward the equalizer. Another long ball through Haji Sam. Unable to bring it down. Almost a DiCanio-esque touch. Trying to return that one back down to earth. So after the first 15 minutes or so, since then a little bit more back and forth, maybe a little more in favor as well of FC Cincinnati too. Looking a little more comfortable building out of the back as well. Just some patience on the ball from Spire. The wingbacks as well, tucking inside a little bit. Almost inverting in that passage of play. Allows the slide rule ball to get forward and release Mosquera. Trying to chop it back and going down. Never getting that call. Knew the touch was too heavy. But intercepts the back heel. Here's Mosquera again. Trying to set up Niang. And a toe poke scampers it away. Through ball was there. Just under hit, really opening up now. Another good idea, and the flag will go up. This portion of the match is brought to you by Etihad Airways, the official airline partner of New York City FC 2. Option there wide, and that's going to be a delay of the restart. David Dukin, who full well what he was doing there. Simple yellow card for the referee to hand out.
A yellow card has been issued in the 35th minute to New York City's number 97, David Duque. Tarjeta amarilla en el minuto 35 para el número 97 de New York City, David
So now
Duque.
one yellow card on either side of midfield. Michael Sullivan picked up a booking back in the 13th minute. Sampson. Immediately, look how spread out New York get. Just getting right down the field. Committing numbers forward. They'll be forced back again now. But still, just that pressure of getting numbers forward. Not having to dive in or force an interception. But showing the willingness to come out of the block a little bit. Inviting Cincinnati forward just to snatch it off them and try and go the other direction. And they do it with quick passing like that. 1-2 touches max to try and get out of trouble. They've given it away. Lovely touch that is. And a bit of a push. Play restarted quickly. He's still just pinballing around. Dummy let it run, but there was nobody there to back it up. And again, FC Cincinnati 2 doing a much better job now of controlling the flow of this match, winning the second ball, and just keeping the pressure on. They have to be able to create with it. 1v1, the fullbacks for New York have been doing their job time and time again. Very rarely let an attacker get behind them, at the very least. Concede a free kick, but that's about it. Been very strong play on the wings defensively for the hosts. Long throw in. Yang with work to do. Still awaiting that cross. Now Chirilla goes over clumsily. There was a good tackle in from behind as now Haji Sam tries to use his speed. Kerr sees the space on the diagonal. Try and push it himself. Looked to be a half chance on the counter, but now they'll slow it down. Appeals for the throw and not given. Still just the one goal in the 14th minute from Shewin Yang. Separating these two sides in their rematch from about a month's time ago. It's a good idea, but it's overhit. And now maybe 3-on-3 opportunity. Yang trying to get there, but well read. Had to try and bounce that one awkwardly forward for him. But it was Joao Loyola again. Rescuing things at the back for New York. Front line staying very static, though. Trying to drag defenders out of position like that. May work out for the counter now. Yang trying to get there, and he's left a stud in. And that will likely be his final warning, and it is. Yellow card for Shae Yang. His first half today has been not one he'll remember fondly.
A yellow card has been issued.
Had a couple good chances, but
Cincinnati's number 51
will now need to be extra careful if he wants to find the equalizer. Certainly a yellow card. He can't have many complaints there. There's studs. It's late. The ball's gone. And after he did the same thing to the goalkeeper about 20 minutes ago, he was on his last chance. Final few minutes of regulation here. Brave header, that. Stay in bounds, it did not. Awkward one to try and keep in play. Yang does well to get there. Work to do now with his back to goal. Needing support. Just goes to recycle it. New York will step up quickly. Here's Leshker. Mosquera. Back for Sami Leshker. Frenchman born in Vipin. All the way up for the Colombia, Mosquera again. Mosquera doing well to turn one. Can't get by a second. Seen a lot of dribbling from him. He's done ever so well to get forward on a number of occasions. Has some decent footwork about him as well. There's that aggressive press from Cincinnati again, just not quite working out. Long ball over the top, came up empty. Second ball well won by New York. And they haven't been this far forward in a while. Musu just trying to settle things a little bit, saying, calm down, let's find our shape. The engine conductor of sorts. Duke. To the near side. El Hadji Sam has a pocket of space. Another low cross. Took a deflection. Bouncing comfortably in the end for Mrozek. Again, another near post run was all that was missing. Carbon copy of a chance maybe 20 minutes ago. Well read. No call that time. I looked like a high foot. It was. Just an awkward one to challenge. 2 minutes at a minimum at the end of this first half. Plenty of time for an equalizer and maybe one more for New York. Mosquera. Good one, too. And nearly the speed unleashed for Jack Mize. Again, the playing surface just adding that extra 5 yards to every pass. Good layoff, nice little move, and then poked through. The flag will stay down. Duque in behind, trying to find the extra pass, and he's overhit it for Henrik Vatum. That's a lovely move from New York, springing to life just before the interval. Great bit of footwork in midfield, quick pass down the channel, cutting it back one more time. Just too much sauce on it. On a different day, that's very likely 2-0. Just about getting that pass away, McLearned flirting with fire. Cincinnati 2 across to cover. And they've got shirts forward here, like Niang. Bounce escaping him, though. As McLearned will hold as the whistle sounds for halftime. 1-0 at the interval for NYCFC 2 over FC Cincinnati 2. Coming up in our halftime show, we go back to the Northeast for another player pathway success story, plus highlights and stats after this brief timeout.
They say the world's game is played everywhere. This is how we play it here. Every weekend across North America. From Vancouver's mountain rain to the shores of Florida. From the City of Angels to the Heartland. The world's brightest stars light up our fields.
Let's go.
And our fans bring the world to life. In every language, in every city. One game, one roar. Sold out nights under lights. New soccer citadels rising from coast to coast. Every chant, every goal, another brick in a growing relief. Now, the world's biggest stage comes to our home. And when they arrive, they'll find the game's heartbeat has been here all along.
Welcome back. New England homegrown Peyton Miller is another success story in the MLS Next Pro ranks. Let's revisit his story in this feature.
A lot of upside, huge ceiling for this young kid.
You're going to like him a lot. His name is Peyton Miller. This is great stuff again. Oh my goodness. force away through here. Ball to the back post, it's awkward, and it's thrust in towards goal.
From Unionville, Connecticut, to stepping on the field in Major League Soccer, Peyton Miller's journey is just getting started.
I'm from Connecticut. I grew up in Unionville. Growing up, I trained a lot with my dad. My dad is mostly the reason for where I am today. When I was like 7, I won a championship for my travel team with my dad as a coach, and I kind of just fell in love with it from there.
As Peyton began to excel as a player, he began receiving attention from multiple clubs.
I started at FSAFC, and then I wanted to excel my game a little bit more, so then I went to Oakwood. And then from there, we played teams like New England Revolution, Philadelphia Union, and then the Revs reached out, and it was my childhood dream to play for the Revs, so it was kind of an easy decision for me to make to come here.
When I arrived at the Revs as a new employee, the staff was telling me about a young man named Peyton Miller. And so right away I went and did as much research as I could, and when I watched him play one time, it was like, wow, this kid is special. Just the way he moved, the way he was working with the ball, the way he looked around naturally. I knew as well as others knew this kid had something inherently in him that we wanted to be around.
Dreams don't come without sacrifice. At just 13, Peyton had to leave his family and friends behind to pursue soccer full-time.
It was hard not being able to be with my parents and not being able to see friends, but it was the sacrifices that I had to make to live this dream. And before that, a year earlier, my parents had to drive 2 hours every single day from Connecticut to Foxborough just so that I can make training, and I'm very grateful for that.
Moving into the Academy's residency program gave Peyton access to top-level training and gave him a platform to continue growing.
And our world structure is everything, because players they're learning so much. There's academics, there's social development, there's physical development, there's goals, there's outside pressures already, there's social media. So what we need to do is we need to provide structure to allow these players to chase their dreams, but chase their dreams with guidelines and helpful. And then when they need a little something extra, we're there for them to help them navigate whatever's in front of them.
By 15, Peyton's hard work paid off. He signed a homegrown contract with the Revolution, and he made his professional debut with Revolution 2 in 2023.
It was against Atlanta. I had a couple good chances, good balls for an assist or a goal maybe. That should have happened, but I was very nervous in the beginning, but as soon as the whistle blew, it kind of just all went away, and all I could feel was just like the adrenaline rush.
Playing against older and stronger players forced Peyton to adapt quickly.
I didn't want the guys like babying me because I was young. I wanted them to tell me how it really was, and they really understood that, and like they weren't afraid to yell at me if I did something wrong, and that's what helped me get to the next level.
His performances that season with Revs 2 opened the door to an opportunity with the first team.
At the end of our season with the second team, they gave me the chance to come train with the first team, and then a little bit previous of that, that's when I signed my homegrown contract. So that was a very big step. You know, the speed of play was crazy when I got to the first team, but I got used to it for a little bit, and then that's when the off season hit, and then that's when I really started to like train, and I came back for the preseason, and I was ready for it.
Soon after came the moment he'd been dreaming of since childhood, his MLS debut at just 16 years old, making him the second youngest player in club history to make his debut.
Another interesting debut here. Obviously all the talk about Kevin Sullivan, but Peyton Miller will make his MLS debut, the 16-year-old from Unionville, Connecticut.
My parents made the trip to Philly so they could see me play, and I kind of knew before the game that like this might be the game that I come in, because they told me that week that I'll probably get in that game. But I was nervous stepping to the line, but Caleb just said to me, like, have fun. This is what you love to do. Just go out there and be a kid. And that's what I did. As soon as I stepped on the field, everything just went away, and it was just me on the ball.
For Peyton and his family, it was a moment of pride.
They were all excited. You know, I got a lot of texts from everyone, Instagram stories, all that type of stuff. Everyone just saying that they're proud of me. It was kind of just like a full circle moment, being able to represent the badge and represent my family, my friends, and knowing that all the hard work that I put in, the sacrifices that my parents made, paid off.
4 days later, Peyton would make his full MLS debut against FC Dallas.
Okay. Miller. Goal. Bobby Wood! Courtesy of the 16-year-old Miller. The Revs to the lead.
Peyton hasn't just made waves at the club level. He's also become a mainstay in the U.S. youth national team setup, earning call-ups from the U15s through the U23s. He featured in all 4 matches at the 2023 FIFA Under-17 World Cup, and later represented the United States at the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup as one of the youngest players on the roster.
As a staff, when Peyton debuted with the 17s and went on, we all have these Slack channels, and his pictures coming up from different players snapping the TV going, there's our friend, there's our teammate, there's our guy, and then other coaches. It was really endearing just to be together. It was because we were actually on the road for a game as an academy staff, and that was amazing. And then to see the whole transformation of where he goes and what he's done, we couldn't be more proud.
Peyton hopes his story can be a blueprint for success for the next generation of Revolution players.
It means a lot to me, you know, like to have younger kids look up to me, and some kids will come up to me and ask me like, what'd you do to get where you're at? And I kind of just tell them like it takes sacrifice and effort, and you just have to be willing to put in the work. But there's a lot of kids that come up to me, and I always tell them like, don't be afraid to come up and talk to me. Like, I was once where you're at, like don't be afraid.
KKR make a strategic investment and partner with MLS Next Pro. KKR will inject capital into MLS Next Pro with an eye on growing the league and its footprint around the continent. In conjunction with MLS, the partnership will oversee commercial strategy as it looks to move the 27 MLS-affiliated Next Pro teams into new markets, with an eye on building brands within those communities and seeking stadium development deals. We will hear more about this in the coming seasons. As for this season, Match Week 12 well underway in MLS Next Pro, and a couple of results to talk about as things really start to heat up here in the month of May. We had a full slate of games yesterday, another slate tonight, and then a bunch more tomorrow. But as for some of the results in those games, well, there's been some movement around the table, both in the West and the East. Looking ahead to tomorrow, MNUFC 2 kick off the afternoon against Rapids 2, another rematch of that game, with the Loons 2-1 victors last month. Orlando City B will take on in-state foe Inter Miami 2 at 7 o'clock Eastern. And the Capybaras will wrap up shop against Toronto FC 2. All of those matches available for free on MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. As for elsewhere in MLS Next Pro, 1-0 through 45 minutes here between NYCFC 2 and FC Cincinnati 2, as we take a look at the highlights from that first half. It was a difficult game to get started for both sides with the weather, but they had no problems creating chances. The free kick from Stefan Chirilla saved well low to his left-hand side by Mac Learned in the opening minutes. And in those opening minutes, it really was Cincy 2 getting forward early and often, the blue and orange, creating chances, but then New York right the other way with a hammer of a shot from 25 yards from Joe Sacchetti sailing over the bar. Mosquera cutting into onto his right. This looked to be the opener, if not for Mac Learned, with a big-time punch up top, not once but twice, a flurry of bodies, and the ball eventually away. The goal would come in the 14th minute off the head of Sheun Yang at the back post, just trying to get it away, and unfortunately for him, puts it into his own net to make it 1-0. Right the other direction, though, he almost got a chance to cancel out his mistake. The spinning shot sailing over the crossbar from 20 yards out. He had a couple more chances as well in that first half to try and right his wrong, but in the end, it would stay 1-0. Still 45 minutes to go, though. We'll step aside one more time, the second half, when we come back.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, Philip Galani with you for MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. NYCFC 2 on the left in the white, FC Cincinnati 2 on the right in the blue and orange. One goal in that first half. As we wrap up Saturday night, of course, one more game as well. At 8:30 Eastern, North Texas will take on San Jose Earthquakes 2. Another big battle in the Western Conference. But for now, our eyes are on the East. A chance to move up the table for both of these sides. It's time to get the party started. No better way to start an evening than a little Bad Bunny. No changes for either side at the interval as we gear up for the second 45. Sebastian Muzu will get the ball rolling. In that first half, the passing from open play was something that left a little bit lacking for both these sides, particularly for FC Cincinnati, completing about 80% of only 138 passes. The league average for a game is just under 400. For FC Cincinnati, there's a little bit fewer, 320. But more than double the passes made by NYCFC2 with much more accuracy as well. The numbers don't tell everything. It wasn't a dominant half by any means for the hosts, though they do find themselves ahead thus far. So this is wide open. Anyone can make a name for themselves, as it looks like the rain has stopped pouring down on this pitch as it was, or at least at the same intensity it was in that first half. Sent long, but into no man's land. Lerner just sends it right back. Again, mirroring what we saw in the first 5 or 10 minutes of this game in terms of just a little bit disjointed in the shape for both sides, but that allows the more creative players to explore that space and to put on some moves and see what they can open up. Untidy giveaway in midfield. Clearance falls right down for Charlie Holmes, who will clip it to the back post, and Niang's header is well off the mark. That would have been an excellent response for the youngster. It's a good ball in by Charlie Holmes, maybe just a little bit behind the run. You see Niang has to dart back into the path of the ball right at the last second, coming away from goal with his momentum rather than through the ball. But he's had plenty of chances so far and will likely get many more, especially when he's unmarked like that. Three-on-one opportunity for NYCFC2. They need help. They've got it with Campos.
Chlatum on the overlap. Instead back inside for Flax, who finds Chlatum now. Just that one pass across the front line was a little bit behind the run. That really slowed things down. Have to play it in front of the runner on the counter like that. Campos. Idea was on. So too is the coverage. Now Kiesel. Clever little flick. And a good sliding challenge to deny the run of Camden Spire. Whistle sounds in the corner as the rain is picking back up once again. Whip toward the back post. Yang fighting for it, and he's pushed down his mark. A little bit too far from the ball. Looked like it was going over his head anyways, and just bundles over the mark in front of him. Nobody's stepping up against the center back there, just allowed to drive all the way forward. And then at the end, it's a poor pass. Cincinnati going to give the back line for New York that kind of time and space. It's only a matter of time until they're punished for it. Ball stayed in. Some of the folks on the sideline disagree, but that one's definitely out. This portion of the match is brought to you by St. John's University, the official undergraduate partner of New York City FC2. Again, that one-touch outless passing, that's where Cincinnati are stepping up and denying things. Getting a little bit smarter about their press now. It's very well done by Cincinnati to get out of that. And a lot of space on the near side here, too. Just couldn't get the give and go. Now Henrik Vatum. What does the Academy product have up his sleeve? Duca. Poor footwork from Flax. Nearly fell right back to him. Coach Sammy Castellanos preparing a change. David Mosquera still working his way back to full fitness from injury. Had 3 goals last year in 15 appearances. Tonight his 7th of the season. Still yet to register his first goal contribution. Saw plenty of him in that first half. Especially down the near side channel. As he gets on the ball again here and wins the throw. Looks like it will be Dylan Hurtado to replace him, another Colombian national. Yang vying for it. Defender goes down. Play goes on. It will be a New York throw. Whistle sounds. There's Mosquera in the corner winning it. The rain again subsiding just a little bit. McLernan well out of his goal mouth. He may try and throw a claw at this. It's toward his back post. And the contact there would have ruled out the goal. Had it been on target, of course. It was not. It's Niang jostling at the back post, but in the end, it was a good header on. Just wide. No whistle. Here's Mosquera. Options with him. Trying to pull it back, and it's a good clearance away. Just trying to get a stab at it, as that's certainly a handball. You could hear the shouts across the Hudson River for that one. So another free kick opportunity in this match. Whipped in and whipped through. And now McLernan having a conversation with the referee about just how much contact is allowed on these set pieces. It's certainly a hot button issue these days in terms of corner kicks and free kicks, is how much grappling is allowed before the play is underway. And each referee approaches it a little bit differently.
Coming out is number 40, Dylan Hurtado. Inestrosa replaces number 41, David Mosquera. Coming on is also number 45,
and Coach Sammy Castellanos will make his double change. David Mosquera's night has come to a close. On that far right side, Dylan Hurtado will replace him, as well as Jack Mize taking a spot on the bench in favor of Nathan Gray for just his 3rd appearance of the season, the 18-year-old. His first appearance since the reverse fixture back on April 13th. Here's Niang trying to get his footing, and Lerner shuts him down. Everybody for New York wanted offside. You can see the way the ball bounces here. Niang just lost it behind him, has to work back onto his weaker left foot. Does enough for the corner kick. To the back post, headed back in front, still bouncing around. The back heel goes straight up. More appeals for handball, but those less convincing. Foot race if Cirillo can get there, and he has. Dancing on the byline. Just a half hour to go now between New York and Cincinnati. There is to be another goal in this one. Another good delivery. Learning with the punch, but it's not away. Cirillo settling. One-on-one from the corner of the box to the back post. Towering header by Loyola. Cincinnati looking very lively indeed. A third cross in and a skimmed header away. Suffocating pressure from the visitors. Cirillo. Now Spire. And now finally the danger fizzles out for NYCFC 2. Lovely bit of skill by Sullivan. Does ever so well to evade two defenders, and the back heel's under hit. Oh, but how about the skill to keep it alive? Sullivan's cross. Batted away. Contact from behind as Cincinnati appeal for handball. No call made in either direction. Short whistle right outside of midfield. Loyola wanted to go quickly but couldn't. How about the space afforded to Henrik Vatum? Or pass from Campos. And now Kieran Smith with a full head of steam. His pass much better. Space to take this wide and drive for Sam. Big sliding challenge, and it looked a clean one. Excellently defended. Felix Sampson going to ground. Connecticut native winning the goal kick.
Two New York City substitutions in the 64th minute. Coming on is number 83, Camilo Ponce. He replaces number 68, Henrik Batum. Coming on is also number 46, Gil de Souza, replacing number 97, David Duque. Dos cambios para New York City en el minuto 64.
Double change now for Matt Pilkington. Henrik Vatsum, the academy man, brought off in place of Juan Ponce. And David Duque as well to take a seat in the technical area in place of Gil de Souza. Souza with just his 4th appearance of the season. Multiple academy players coming on and off. And Coach Matt Pilkington, what a story he has. Been with this academy since 2016. Has worked with every single homegrown player that the first team has signed to date. Won back-to-back national championships with the U19s. Man who has helped build up this academy to what it is today. Stern talking to as well. For Musu. A little bit of a different shape now as El Hadji Sam is the lone striker. Or at least looks that way for now. He's certainly got the pace to chase this one down. As Ponce and De Souza, the recent substitutes, will drop in a little bit deeper. Learned frustrated he didn't have a better option. It looked like it came off New York last, and it did. Another change now is Shea Yang had plenty of chances, but he won't get any more. Matias Vasquez will come on instead, making his first appearance of the season. The man on loan from FC Montagua. Now a chance to make his mark on his club debut. No push call. New York have numbers, but an excellent recovery from Camden Spire. Went down under the contact, but popped right back up and came all the way across for potentially a goal-saving challenge. Shoved into the box. Referee says no foul, and then immediately closes right back down. How about the hustle from the academy man? Played for a single minute last year. Tonight his 4th start. Loose in front and fired into the roof of the net. New York have their second through Joe Sacecki. It's another goal off the corner kick for the hosts. Outswing delivery with plenty of hang time. Headed down, off the chest, then settled in front for Sacecki just to fire into the roof of the net with everything he had. A firework of raindrops into the air as the net rattles for the second time tonight. That will put a dampener on the Cincinnati Hearts. They've done well in this second half to rally back. And it's a poor mistake that leads to a corner kick. And that potentially goal-saving tackle by Camden Spire to concede that corner kick now seems in vain.
For Sacecki, this is his first goal of his MLS Next Pro career. Gol de New York City anotado en el minuto 67 por el número 57, Joseph Sacecki. Para Sacecki, este es su primer gol en su carrera de la MLS Next Pro.
His first goal as a pro, Joe Sacecki, the man who played under Matt Pilkington in the NYCFC Academy. We spoke earlier about how Coach Pilkington has coached so many academy products up to this level and beyond. After his academy days, the New York native went to play college ball with first Maryland and then Northwestern. Now playing his first season as a professional and now his first goal. This portion of the match is brought to you by Adidas, the official kit supplier of New York City FC2. It's been a scrappy game thus far, and the nature of those games, sometimes it's just about fighting a little bit harder rather than trying to create the prettiest chance. Secchi was there to make sure there was no doubt on that one. And the first goal, the own goal, they all count the same. New York with the grittier performance thus far through 70 minutes. This would be, if the result holds, their second clean sheet of the season. The other being the season opener, a scoreless draw against Crew 2, where the Capybaras won in PKs 5-4. Here's Muzu. Dispossessed and off his foot last. Holmes was stepping way up. Still trying to settle it. Still Holmes, and goes down. Good bit of individual play there from Charlie Holmes. Played his college ball not too far from here with UConn. Came up through the Seattle Sounders Academy. Scored his first goal back in March against New England. Give and go to the byline. Still in bounds? No, it wasn't. Slid through. Here's Sullivan. And looping toward goal, but never looked likely to find it. Better interplay now from the visitors. Spire, pass picked away. Sullivan again. Rather, it was Holmes upended, referee not interested. The turn shut down. Loose header, picked up well. Now Sam fighting for it. Too much contact for the referee's liking. If that ball had maybe 5 more yards of it, Sam would have had the pace to probably slip behind the left shoulder of Samuel Ashker. That high press for New York starting to work out a little bit better. Chirillo will leave it behind. Here's Holmes. Again, very static in the final third for Cincinnati. Need a little bit more movement, or maybe some individual brilliance from Vasquez, who's played a great ball and no one's there. More upper body contact from El Hadji Sam. The referee may be giving him a warning here. You can see things really starting to get a little more sporadic now in terms of the spacing. Players getting wider. Trying just to force the switch of the point of attack. It was a very narrow first half, and then since that second goal in the 67th minute, the shape has been much wider for Cincinnati in particular. Trying to explore the channels. They have to be able to connect the passes like that one. Numbers in the box, and well saved by Lernet. It looked like Matias Vasquez was goal side. Waited for the back post. Just studying the shape a little bit. It's very wide from FC Cincinnati too, but not trying to go direct with it, more laterally. Good move. 1-2 defender sliding in, and the former will get a yellow card. It's like Drew Kerr picking up the booking. Brave, marauding run from Stefan Cirillo, whose name we haven't said a lot tonight, despite 3 goals in his last 4 matches.
Tarjeta amarilla en el minuto 78 para el número 75 de New York City, Drew Kerr.
So now a chance for Cirillo on another set piece to try and conjure something up. We've seen these cause trouble for both sides. 2 goals from the dead ball scenario for New York in particular. Will hold their 18-yard box. Cirillo, decent ball in. The flag pops right up. Again, that high line comes into play for New York. So Cincinnati have 2 more changes remaining. New York have 2, pardon 3. As we close in the last 12 minutes of regulation. This portion of the match is brought to you by Etihad Airways, the official airline partner of New York City FC2. Push and go from Hurtado, getting to the byline. Again, trying to find the option. Headed down at the near post, but not away. Hurtado on his debut, trying to make something happen. Has the move. Excellent care of the ball. Cross nearly finding its mark. Now Sam has brought it down in stride. El Hadji Sam has work to do and will win the foul. Likely a yellow card as well for Sami Lashker, and it will be. So well done by El Hadji Sam. There's nobody around him. Sees the second defender coming. Just uses his body to get in between the ball and the man. Certainly a yellow card. That's about the best case scenario in that moment. 16-year-old, 2 goals and 1 assist in his last 3 matches. Just his second start tonight. Rain picking up once again as the 80th minute comes and goes. Might be too far to try for goal here, especially with
a yellow card has been issued in the
2 successful crosses already tonight.
Number 48, Sammy Lachakar. Tarjeta amarilla en el minuto 80 para el número 48 de Cincinnati, Sammy Lachakar.
Cooper Flax is standing over it to the left. On the right is Drew Kurt. Only 2 in the wall for Fabian Mrozik. Flax is swinging in. He's weighted it well. Headed back in front for the volley. Too much traffic. Seemed to be hit well enough. Cincinnati trying to step up now. Good bit of one-touch passing, and now Kerr has to hold it, but doesn't. Instead turns his man and gets to the byline, looking to cut it back. And deflect it up and over. Great bit of individual play from Drew Kerr. Grew up in North Carolina, played his college ball with Duke. His dad, John, was the head coach. His teammate and his brother, Cameron. Even his sister, Alexandra, played at Vanderbilt. Tonight his 5th start, already with 1 assist on the season in his first year as a professional. Kind of a nervy one there for Learned. Didn't like his options. And that is some turn to get out of trouble. Joao Loyola with the Brazilian flair. Not often you see a center back try and make that move. As El Hadji Sam has options here. Screaming for it was Ponce. And he couldn't find him. Camilo Ponce was wide open on the cutback at the top of the 18-yard box. Into the center, player goes down. The back heel from Musu falls right back to him. Chirilla trying to create, draws the second defender, and the flag will go up. Clever little step up from the back line. Timed that perfectly.
In the 83rd minute, coming on is number 52, Yair Ramos Perez. He replaces number 82, Camden Spire.
Final 2 changes for FC Cincinnati 2. Camden Spire has seen plenty of the ball tonight, done very well, but will make way.
Also
Instead is Yair Ramos for his 3rd appearance of the campaign.
Number 43, Charles Holmes. Dos cambios para Cincinnati en el minuto 83. Entra con el número 52,
Charlie Holmes as well.
Ramos Perez. Por el número
Seattle
82,
Sounders Academy product will be replaced by Giovanni Marioni.
Giovanni Marioni. Por el número 43, Charles Holmes.
9 appearances over the last 2 seasons with the Chicago Fire, too. Signed his first pro contract this year with the Orange and Blue. All the way toward goal, and Mrozik not troubled. Brave run by Sampson. Marioni's first touch is to win a throw. Lucy with the pull. Referee was waiting for it after he delayed the restart. Now Ramos, look at the numbers stepping up here in blue and orange for Cincinnati. got plenty of them. Can they pick out the open man? Hurtado for Sullivan. Back for Hurtado. 85th minute now. Looping delivery, contested header. And wide from Vasquez. Very difficult one to track that, especially backpedaling rather, for the youngster. Ramos. Clever turn. D'Souza checking two. Trying to find Sam, and he won't because there was contact. Gil D'Souza doing enough. Just the 4th appearance of the season for the substitute. Another high line for Cincinnati. They haven't defended these set pieces well. And now that line a bit out of sorts. Played to the far post, and it was nearly just how they drew it up. You have a delayed man make the second run, and then somebody just to tap it in right in front. Was missing that final player. FC Cincinnati 2 back line was completely frozen. Eighth minute here. Elsewhere around the league, North Texas and San Jose have kicked off. 2 players go down off the ball, and a double nutmeg draws a sliding challenge. How's that for a bit of skill?
Beautiful, Cooper. Beautiful.
Cooper Flax in no hurry to restart. First team All-ACC last year with Wake Forest. Played the full 90 and scored his first pro goal in the Hudson River Derby last time out. And this one comes off of the back of his heel. I'm not sure he was ready for it. Valiant effort to try and keep that one in play, but Cincinnati will restart with the goal kick. He stopped for a sub, though. Maybe one last change to try and fight back. Instead, it is New York making the double change. Haji Sam. They brought off for Lucas DePino, as well as Dylan Randazzo on up top for Sebastiano Musu. So 2 attacking changes to ensure there is no shootout. FC Cincinnati 2 had 7 ties last year. They didn't lose a single shootout. They did lose in the first round of the playoffs to Philadelphia Union 2 after winning the East the year before and going out in the first round to Crown Legacy. Meanwhile, NYCFC 2 trying to go back to the playoffs for the first time since 2024, their lone postseason appearance. They too were bounced in round number 1. Next up for New York will be Crew 2 here at Belson Stadium. That match played on May 30th, Saturday. Whereas Cincinnati 2 get a 2-week break before they host New England Revolution 2, coming off a big win against Crown Legacy. Those matches available for free at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Still 4 minutes left at a minimum in this one. Big whistle. And a yellow card is out. Certainly has been a physical contest.
A yellow card has been issued in the 91st minute to New York City's number 92, Lucas DePino.
Lucas DePino has only been on the pitch for 2 minutes. He's already picked up a booking. Tired legs tracking back, and Samuel Ashkel still able to win the foot race. Is there late life for Cincinnati on the road? Ramos spraying it wide and over hit for Giovanni Marioni. That's a big collision there. And again, the yellow card comes out right away. Marioni protesting that he got the ball, but you can hear from the sound of it that the force was excessive.
A yellow card has been issued in the 93rd minute to Cincinnati's number 44, Giovanni Marioni. Tarjeta amarilla en el minuto 93 para el número 44 de Cincinnati, Giovanni Marioni.
DePino stopped on a dime. Smart header on. And the speed now of Hurtado. Numbers to pick out if he can find one. Headed away by Smith at the near post. And then in support was De Souza just to shuffle it out of play. Cross anchored in. Getting all the way around the ball. Poked forward from Marioni. Drives this one, and that may have taken a deflection. Referee says it didn't. That may be the last chance of the match for FC Cincinnati 2. What would be a second clean sheet of the campaign for Mac Lernan. Already besting his total from last year. There is the final whistle. New York City 2 continue their hot form with 2 goals, a clean sheet, and all 3 points against FC Cincinnati 2 in the rematch. Mac Lernan with a couple great saves to ensure his second clean sheet of the campaign.
Join us right back here next Saturday, May 30th, as your boys and
first goal off the corner in the 14th minute.
Kickoff is set
The
for 7
second
p.m.
in the
For more
67th.
information, visit NewYorkCityFC.com.
Sealed the deal, and a first professional goal for tonight's man of the match, presented by Adidas, to Joe Suchecki, the New York native of NYCFC2.
Thank you for joining us, and please travel home safely.
Corner fell to him kindly,
New York.
just waited for his moment, and then poking it through into the roof of the net with some real venom. You can see what it means to him as New York get the win on home soil. That'll do it for us tonight. Make sure you swap over to the Quakes 2 and North Texas game. But for everyone here, once again, our final score, 2-0 New York over Cincinnati. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Philip Galati. And don't forget, you can watch Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.